It might not be obvious, but inside of this unassuming complex in China is one of the most prolific manufacturers of the single most important component on everything from electric bikes to scooters and more.
Hey everyone, Micah here with Electrek, and today I'm coming to you from Lishui, China, where we are visiting Lishui Controllers, a company that builds these, the motor controllers and electric bikes that are basically the brains of the operation. Come along with us while we see how they design and build these important pieces.
That's right, Lishui is relatively unknown, but has been silently propping up a major portion of the e-bike industry for years. In fact, I'm not allowed to show you which bike companies use their controllers because there are a lot of industry secrets here, but it's basically all of the major ones across the US and Europe, plus some major go-karts, scooters, and other products I've seen all the time but didn't realize this is where their brains come from. This small company has produced over 13 million controllers and millions of other components such as displays, torque sensors, and more. Having gotten their start back in 1979 building controllers for all sorts of other electronic products, they shifted over to exclusively e-bikes and other micromobility back in 1997 and have never looked back. Now they produce everything from small 250 watt European controllers to larger 500 through 2000 watt controllers for US products, and they make a bunch of specialty controllers that can fit into weird spaces or even inside of battery packs. In fact, the reason that they have such a massive advantage in the industry is because they do so much in-house here. Their team of nearly 60 engineers is spread across hardware and software teams, meaning they design everything themselves, and then they build it here too. Though I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Let's start with the designing process. Their engineering teams can prototype just about anything their clients need, and they have a wide range of tools and facilities to develop and test all of their components. From simple bench tests to month-long accelerated lifespan testing, they can do it all here. And in fact, that level of validation testing of designs is key to the final product quality because it goes through so much testing before ever getting greenlit. And when you work with so many different clients, over 1,900 different companies in fact, you have to make sure that what you build for every company is going to do exactly what they want it to do, as well as play nicely with whatever other components are installed on their bikes, which is one of the reasons that they have so many bikes here, including new models that aren't even released to the public yet. It's so that they can do all of that validation testing in advance. Once the design and testing of a new product is complete, it moves over to production. Most of that production is done in-house here, though there are some of the SMP and circuit board construction that is done at specialty labs. To ensure that quality though, Lishui supplies all of the raw materials and components to those labs to ensure that their parts are being built with the right components. It's all stored here in a humidity-controlled room complete with their own smart inventory system. From there, the next stage of assembly is done here at the facility. Components are soldered onto the boards by automated machines, though workers then come behind and clean up the solder jobs manually on the reverse side. For some larger components, like the power cables, those then get hand soldered afterwards. The controllers are then packaged into their extruded aluminum cases and moved into the potting room, where an automated machine fills the cases with potting compound to make the controllers waterproof and protect them from damage. The controllers may look finished now, but they have to be inspected first. Every single controller passes through a several dozen point inspection, in the case of these controllers, a 76-point inspection, where different parameters and functions are tested on the bench. This ensures that every single controller that leaves the factory is properly programmed and functioning correctly. Having tried the controllers myself on several different e-bikes there, it was quite apparent what a difference it makes when you maintain complete control over the hardware, software, and the production. That also allows the company to focus on areas that give it a competitive advantage, like the connective and IoT features in their controllers. In this display piece, for example, you can see how easy it is to connect your phone to the controller wirelessly and update it with new software or just change parameters to your liking.
We can update the firmware using our application. So let me show you. So you choose the device update the controller, you select the file. The previous one was speed limit 25, now we changed to speed limit 10 km/h. Okay. Selected, update, updating ECU. So you see this application is connected with nothing. It's a Bluetooth inside the mobile phone and the Bluetooth inside the display they are communicating.
And so is this something that an end user like me would do to my own bike? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can use with your own bike. If you find something wrong with your e-bike, you want to change anything, we can send you a new firmware, then you download it to your phone. So you use this application to update your firmware.
Got it.
For the factory, as I just showed you, they can use the computer, they change the parameters themselves, then they just update the firmware.
Similar connectivity features allow operators of shared fleets to use geofencing, such as ensuring that riders don't enter restricted areas where the bikes aren't allowed. It's a core part of what differentiates Lishui, as I learned when talking to company founder Mr. Xu and CTO Mr. Miao.
就是我们现在已经把 IoT， 也就是叫物联网IoT 已经引入到我们的就是我们的这个产品里面。
Mr. Xu, the original founder of the company, also ensured that a lot of his values are instilled in the company. For example, he's apparently a big gardening buff, and every space where plants can fit around the facility, they've been planted. He keeps his own greenhouse there for his ornamentals, and he's installed larger greenhouses for growing food crops. You wouldn't know it from the outside of the complex, but there's some fascinating things going on inside at this little-known controller company that produces the components used by many of the biggest e-bike companies in the world. And based on all the different e-bikes I saw being worked on there, there's a good chance you've been riding around on a Lishui controller already and didn't even realize it.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We hope you enjoyed that video visiting Lishui Controller here in China. If you did, why don't you give the video a thumbs up? And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of our future electric vehicle videos. We'll see you here next time.